Professor Alexiei Dingli, Senior Lecturer of Artificial Intelligence, Faculty of ICT, University of Malta.
Mr. Chairman, Honorable Minister, Honorable Parliamentary Secretary, Members of Parliament, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests. Imagine going a day, just one day, without water. No morning coffee, no shower, no tap to quench your thirst. Now imagine that being your life every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reality of many in Malta. But before we delve into this pressing issue, let's take a moment to acknowledge the luxury of having water at our fingertips, a luxury not afforded to everyone. We live in a world where, with the mobile, you can summon almost anything with the swipe of your fingers. Yet the most basic of all human needs, water, is still out of reach for many. Here in Malta, we have a hidden crisis which affects those that are invisible amongst us. At the Soup Kitchen OFM Valletta, we serve daily 120 people. Many of them don't have a home, let alone a tap. They look into bins for plastic containers, a task which was made increasingly difficult, ironically, due to the recycling schemes. When they finally find a container, they bring it to us to fill it with water. This isn't a choice, it's a necessity to survival. And this is not an isolated case, it's a systematic failure we must address. But the issue goes beyond just quenching thirst. Imagine not being able to shower, to wash your hands, to feel clean. An essential commodity we all do daily. But some of the people who come to us don't shower for days, and in some cases, even weeks. We provide that service too. But the very need of it is a stark reminder that we are failing as a society. The lack of clean water doesn't just affect physical health. It impacts mental well-being as well, perpetuates social inequalities, and erodes human dignity. How can one of these homeless attend a job interview in such a state? How can he stand up on his 2 feet and try to rebuild his life? Water is not a privilege. Water is a fundamental human right. Even the United Nations in 2010 declared access to clean water and sanitation a human right. We all believe that this is a small milestone to achieve, yet here we are, 2023, still failing to provide the basic right to everyone. We must ask ourselves, how did we get here? And more importantly, how do we move forward? A few years back, the Holy Father invited everyone to change the current culture of indifference with a culture of providence. So as we stand here today commemorating World Food Day with the theme Water is Life, Water is Food, leave no one behind, let's make a pledge. Let's not just talk about change, let's be the change. It's time for government agencies, private sector, and each of us to step up. Let's then ensure that access to clean water is not dependent on one's living conditions or social economic status. Let's invest in sustainable solutions, advocate for public changes, policy changes, and foster community partnerships. Water is life, water is food, and it's high time we leave no one thirsty. Let's turn this crisis into an opportunity for collective action, because the right to water is the right to life, and that is a right we must guarantee for everyone. Let this not just be a speech, but a catalyst for action, a rally cry for society, for social justice, and a blueprint for a future where water flows freely for all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Dingli.